Peace and love, beautiful people. What's up, y'all? I feel that it's quite unfortunate that this conversation is ongoing. But I know at the same time the importance of covering this, of documenting this, of speaking about it openly on a platform that I created, to add my 2 cents into, to add some context, to add some culture, to add some perspective. And so that is why I'm keeping a foot on the necks of the charades and shenanigans that I see within boxing. As these things unfold, it is quite imperative as boxing fans that you keep your eyes open, because your support is going to be beckoned. You will be cajoled to show up for a fight or a fighter. You will be persuaded to put your eyes on a particular video, to add a like, to add a comment, to show up at a fight, to buy a pay-per-view. You will be courted, and you're expected to support by the boxing world. And so it's important for you to be aware of things like this so that you can decide where you will lend your support, as discussed in yesterday's commentary. And if what you are expected to support is worth you giving a blind eye to, pretending that it isn't there. Teofimo Lopez has publicly taken a side last evening. Unfortunately, we are in a very volatile climate in boxing at the moment, of course, due to the recent racist comments of Riri, the PED racist, that shook up and stirred and confused many across the boxing world and beyond the boxing world. I'd say that precarious is the temperature today. There are, as I'm sure we've all been noticing, because many of us have been going through the motions of it together, many fighters and figureheads that have chosen a very strange position amid this current climate in the sport, and who have chosen reluctance to speak up and out against Ryan's hideous tirade that we've all witnessed by now. Yet, someone has finally decided to take courage. Some form of courage, if that's what you want to call it. Somebody actually decided to stand up in solidarity with something. You guys, what I saw today across social media in this photo was not surprising. Not surprising. Okay, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but standing side by side, you guys, Teofimo Lopez and Riri have a photo of them that is circling across social media platforms right now. Teofimo and Ryan in this photo are standing comfortably in solidarity as they pose for the camera. Teo in this photo, not so ironically enough, is wearing a Make Boxing Great Again hat. And of course, this is taken from the slogan of the alt-right, conservative political ideology, long associated with racial biases against people of color, and particularly Black people in this country. Teo is also in this photo wearing a shirt mockingly adorning the face and image of Dr. MLK. This is Teofimo, you guys, last night at the event, at the fight, showing unabashedly his full support and camaraderie with Ryan Garcia. And this is only days after Riri's racial slurs and defamatory statements to Black victims of police brutality, saying that he is anti-Black, and also saying that he makes no apology for his sentiments that he expressed. Tio stands by this man, smiling in the photo, posing for the public, so that should anyone in the boxing world ever have any questions or queries about his position, they should now be answered and no longer posed. Right? Now, in yesterday's discussion, when I posed the question of what side you rep and where your support will be given and where your energy will be given and your dollars be given, and if they will be given to fighters who stand with Ryan and his blatant racist views, this is what I was talking about, you guys. Are y'all going to support Teofimo Lopez? Is this something that we should opt, for him to fight our elite fighters, our favorite fighters? Should we be opting for Devin Haney, for example, to give him a payday? What? Are we going to give our money to support his events? Is he going to be placed on our pound for pound lists moving forward? I don't give a fuck what he's accomplished. Is he worth, favorably speaking of, in the boxing world, by us? I am talking to the Black boxing community first, because it is you who is being toyed with. It is our faces that are being played in right now. Are we going to support, let's say, De La Hoya and Golden Boy, who are the people who house Ryan Garcia? Are the people who have given no backlash or ramifications to Ryan since his vile public statements, and who have shown no regard to Black people, who have been offended and whom have questions? That's what I'm asking. Are we going to support these things? Teofimo Lopez, as the real ones know, is no stranger himself to racially charged statements and sentiments specifically against Black fighters, okay? This is him with his Great Again hat and his MLK shirt. Could it be because he feels safe enough to not expect backlash from the Black boxing public and Black fighters alike? Is that what that is? Has anybody seen, by the way, any Black fighters speak up yet? Since the inflammatory statements, disgusting statements, and sentiments expressed by Ryan? No? Nobody yet? Unfortunately, what I did peep in an interview at last night's fight was that Abdullah Mason and his family was asked some questions. And one of them that was posed to Abdullah, the beautiful king who had a beautiful victory last night. This man is a beautiful prospect, and he is definitely next up. That is without a single shadow of a doubt. But the young man, Abdullah, was asked about Ryan's statements and what he felt about the statements. And he was asked specifically about the Islam part of Ryan's statement, disrespecting Muslims. And Abdullah's response was, unfortunately, I really hated to see it, but it was right in line with your Sean Porters and the other zombies who have been reading from the same script. The young brother Abdullah said, well, I know he's been going through a lot right now. This is Abdullah, you guys. Now, mind you, the interviewer who posed the question made certain not to ask what his thoughts were about Ryan's statements and sentiments against Black people. He only referenced the quote-unquote Islamophobia, as if he is not talking to a family of Black men. It was disgusting. And the father of Abdullah Mason, who spoke for the rest of the interview, said something like, well, whatever this brings, I know one thing, Ryan's next fight is going to be huge. Do you hear this, you guys? I'm absolutely floored. Absolutely floored. I can't even cap. The father of Abdullah Mason and the rest of those beautiful Mason brothers basically said that what Ryan is doing is essentially going to propel him into even bigger stardom, and saying it as if it's deserved, as if it's normal and acceptable, the means in which this stardom is being culled by Ryan. And is saying, basically, that it is worth it, even if at the expense of Black people being defamed, threatened, targeted, insulted, violated publicly. How many more fighters are going to talk sweetly to and about Ryan? How many more are going to try to lull the public to sleep with excuses that this is a trolling method that is basically, unprecedented in its uniqueness and in its genius, the way he's going about, marketing himself and his brand? This is some marketing genius at work. The delusion and the compliance at hand right now is insane. It's absolutely insane, you guys. How many more are going to bypass T.O.'s compliance with this public display that he made last night and this picture that is now circulating that they took last night, standing side by side in brotherly camaraderie? How many more selfies with Ryan from fighters are going to be had? Cuddled up like some blushing roses in a photo together. Is this what you support? How is it okay that a display of solidarity can be given publicly to a drug cheat who expresses racist views, but we cannot get a single athlete, a single fighter standing up in solidarity with the community that was berated, the community that they come from? Who was taking a selfie saying, "Not like us," or something or another? Where are the Black fighters standing up to interviewers in solidarity with their own people? And when asked questions about what they think about this or that statement that was made, standing on business, not coddling to the main narrative being paraded around currently, not trying to talk sweet language to or about Ryan Garcia. T.O. could get up there and dap this man up, hug this man up, take photos, do interviews with Ryan Garcia at his side. You see it. Go look it up. But we can't get a single person to speak honestly on our behalf or on their own behalf. I mean, is this cowardliness? Because I can't take a shred of it. I really just cannot. Is this cowardice that I am seeing? Or are people like low-key being paid to stay silent? Black fighters I'm speaking of. Are Black fighters being propositioned to not say anything on public platforms? Meanwhile, Tia could get over there and shake this man's hand, talk to this man and hug this man up publicly, unapologetically? What is going on? Is it beyond that and people are being threatened to not speak? Something's got to be explaining this phenomena that we are seeing, this silence that we are seeing, this deliberate avoidance and tiptoeing around speaking on this issue as Black men, not taking a politician's approach to it. This shit is really low-key like the Twilight Zone out here. It's crazy to me. It is crazy. Black boxing fans have to wake up. I'm not quite certain if you guys really know what is being communicated to you, what is being explicated to you and being clarified. I am not even certain that the Black fighters know. And if they do know, it's all the more insidious a climate. The compliance and alliances that we are seeing is not accidental or coincidental. Where are you going to be giving your support? Are you going to proceed with a blind eye approach to what is being paraded in front of you? Are you going to mindlessly chop this up to just a bunch of trolling? That's it for me, you guys. I'm on to the next. Peace.